Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
New faces headed to new offices following Election Day around Metro Detroit. Good to have you with us here at noon, everybody. I'm Jason Colthorpe.
And I'm Rhonda Walker. Some of those changes are going to impact what's happening at the Capitol and the State House, with two representatives now winning their respective races in Warren and Westland mayoral races. The Democrats are losing their slim majority in the House.
Let's bring in Will Jones, who's live in Warren today, and this is going to bring the Democratic agenda to a crawl, at least in the near term, Will.
Yeah, Jason and Ron, the Democrats knew this was a possibility, so they had plenty of time to develop a game plan for this new shift in power. Let's talk about those two races that had an impact on the state legislature. First, let's talk about the race in Warren. Democratic State Rep Lauren Stone is now mayor-elect in Warren. The incumbent Jim Fouts was term limited. Democrat State Rep Kevin Coleman won his race for mayor in Westland. They'll be sworn in the coming weeks. Once that happens, the Democrats' 56-54 majority will be no more in the state House. The House will be evenly split among Democrats and Republicans, 54-54. But House Speaker Joe Tate from Detroit will remain in his role. A new election for House Speaker would have been required had it been a 55-55 split among the two parties. For opponents of recreational marijuana sales in Oakland County, they're celebrating this afternoon. Voters rejected cannabis proposals in Birmingham, Rochester, and Keego Harbor. In Birmingham and Rochester, the proposals lost by wide margins. Back to the State House, Governor Whitmer will be in charge of calling for a special election, and when that happens, Democrats are likely to hold on to those seats. We are live in Warren. Will Jones, Local 4.
All right, Will, thank you. Well, tonight, 5 Republican presidential hopefuls go head-to-head during their third GOP debate.
NBC's Bree Jackson in Miami today outside the debate hall.
We're outside the debate hall here in Miami, where one thing you can expect to see tonight is more time for each candidate to respond. There will only be 5 Republicans on the debate stage tonight, and this could be a make or break moment for these Republicans as they try to distinguish themselves as an alternative to the current frontrunner, former President Trump. 5 Republican presidential candidates taking their message from the campaign trail to the debate stage in Miami tonight.
I am hopeful that with a thinned down stage, we're going to be able to have a substantive debate.
The third Republican debate marks a critical moment for those fighting to gain ground in the polls and in a key battleground state. The frontrunner, former President Trump, maintains a commanding lead over his Republican rivals, including Florida's own governor, Ron DeSantis.
It's his home turf in Miami, but he's been eclipsed by Donald Trump, who's gotten more endorsements out of his home state than he has.
Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley has been surging since the last debate. A strong performance tonight could keep that momentum going.
She goes into this debate with a real strong suit because foreign policy is something she knows really well.
The wars in Israel and Ukraine, the economy, and other pressing issues are expected to come up. With a slightly narrowed field on the stage, Vivek Ramaswamy, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, and Senator Tim Scott are also hoping for a standout moment.
We have to defeat Donald Trump in the primary to have any chance of beating Joe Biden in the general election. That's why I want to continue to make this argument on the debate stage.
All 5 candidates seeking to seize on the absence of former President Trump, who says he will not attend any Republican primary debates. And tonight, former President Trump is opting to hold a rally nearby in Florida at the same time as the Republican debate. Something to keep an eye out on tonight is whether the 5 candidates that are taking the debate stage, will they directly attack the former president, or will they keep the focus on going after each other instead? In Miami, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
All right, Bree. The UAW won a landmark deal with all 3 Detroit automakers, but now at least one GM plant says it's not good enough. Members of UAW 659 in Flint has voted no on the tentative agreement. Many critical of the plan because it doesn't bring back pensions, nor does it reduce hours. UAW President Shawn Fain will be addressing members this afternoon at 3 on social media. All UAW members. He'll be outlining where things stand. The Israeli military saying today its airstrikes on the Gaza Strip killed a Hamas weapons maker and several militants.
Israeli officials are saying 2 separate strikes eliminated a leading Hamas armorer and militants engaged in anti-tank or ground-to-ground rocket fire aimed at Israel. The military says that troops have advanced to the heart of Gaza City, while Hamas says that they are inflicting heavy losses among Israeli military. Here at home, Michigan Democrat Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib has been censured because of her comments about the Hamas-Israel war. The U.S. House voting on Tuesday, 234 to 188, with 22 of Tlaib's Democratic colleagues voting in favor to censure her for criticizing Israel, showing her support for Palestinians and for the ceasefire. Earlier in the evening, Tlaib spoke on the House floor, insisting that she will not be silenced.
Well, the rain has moved in as expected as we hit the noon hour, and there's a little more to come.
Yes, there is. That's a very busy looking radar, Ashley.
Yeah, kind of Picasso-esque as we look at all the different colors on radar. So we've had a ton of moisture pushing through lower Michigan. Now, the type of precipitation is dictated by the temperatures across our peninsula here. And so up into the thumb, a little frozen precip. The rest of us just dealing with some scattered showers across the heart of Metro Detroit. Let me show you what we're picking up on Exact Track 4D. So this pinkish purple color you see from Port Huron through Sandusky, even closer to Bad Axe, would indicate maybe a freezing drizzle. But in that very northern portion of the thumb, some flurries could be mixed in with that. Otherwise, throughout Macomb County, down into portions of Wayne County and Oakland County, from about Waterford north up into Lapeer is where we have some light rain showers coming down at the moment. Here's a live look at Metro Airport. Pavement a little damp from some showers that have rolled through, but we'll be in this off and on pattern throughout the rest of the afternoon and evening. We sit at 41 degrees in Detroit, Ann Arbor 40, Lapeer, though, still at a very chilly 33, and Monroe 44. Winds are starting to pick up as anticipated, so about 10 to 15 miles per hour across the area, and those gusts could be upward of that. So we do have at least a 10-degree temperature change in the wrong direction, but as far as the direction of these temperatures, they'll be going up even after sunset tonight. So we'll time out when the rain pushes out and just how warm it'll get later today. However, if you do have some afternoon plans, you'll want to make sure you have our Forewarn weather app with you so you can track the rain on radar.